Most people spend their lives trying to look strong. They try to sound smart. They try to win every argument. They try to explain every decision. They try to prove themselves to people who were never paying attention in the first place. But there is something strange about truly strong people. They rarely seem busy proving anything. They move differently. They speak differently. And most importantly, they protect their energy differently. The strongest person in the room is usually not the one talking, not the one reacting, not even the one trying to be noticed. And the moment you understand why, you stop wasting energy on things that were quietly making you weaker. The truth is simple. Strength does not begin when you do more. Strength begins when you stop leaking energy. Most people leak it through their thoughts, their words, and their attention. Machiavelli understood something many people still miss today. Power is not built through constant expression. Power is built through control, and control starts with the mind. Every day, millions of people lose battles that never needed to be fought. Not in the outside world, inside their own heads. A small comment keeps replaying. A mistake from years ago returns again. An imagined future creates fear. An unanswered message becomes a personal mystery. The mind keeps moving, but movement is not always progress. Many people confuse thinking with solving. They believe that if they keep analyzing something, they are getting closer to an answer. Often, the opposite is happening. The more they think, the less they act. The more they analyze, the less they move. The mind becomes busy. Life becomes stuck. Think about this. Someone leaves your message on read. Hours pass. Your mind starts creating stories. Maybe they are angry. Maybe they are ignoring you. Maybe you said something wrong. Meanwhile, that person may not have thought about you for even 1 minute. Your energy is gone. Their silence controlled your attention. Not because they were powerful, because you gave your focus away. This is why true strength begins with thinking less. Not because thinking is bad, because unnecessary thinking steals energy. Strong people think when thinking is needed, then they move. They do not build a house inside every problem. They visit it, learn from it, then leave. Most people stay trapped there, and that trap becomes their identity. But mental noise is only the first leak. The second leak is words. Many people talk too much because they want certainty. They explain themselves constantly. They defend every decision. They answer every criticism. They feel uncomfortable when misunderstood. So they keep talking. But there is a hidden cost. Every explanation gives away energy. Every unnecessary defense hands control to someone else. Because now your attention is focused on managing other people's opinions, instead of managing your own direction. Machiavelli observed human nature carefully. He understood that people reveal themselves when they talk. Their fears, their desires, their insecurities, their weaknesses. The person who speaks endlessly often believes they are gaining influence. In reality, they may be surrendering information. The quiet observer learns more, reveals less, and keeps control. Look at any group conversation. There is usually one person who speaks constantly. Another person says very little. At the end of the conversation, people often remember the quiet person more. Why? Because silence creates space, and space creates attention. Humans naturally become curious about what is hidden, not what is constantly displayed. This does not mean becoming cold or antisocial. It means speaking with purpose. Every word should have a reason. Every statement should carry weight. When words become rare, they become valuable. When words become endless, they become background noise, and that difference changes how people see you. More importantly, it changes how you see yourself. Because the less you need to explain yourself, the more confidence you develop internally. You stop chasing approval. You stop managing impressions. You simply focus on reality. And reality rewards action more than explanation. There is another advantage that comes from talking less. You start noticing things. Most people are too busy expressing themselves to observe anything. Their attention stays trapped inside their own reactions. But observation is where power begins. Powerful people notice patterns, they notice emotions, they notice timing, they notice contradictions. While everyone else is talking, they are gathering information, and information creates options. Options create leverage. Leverage creates influence. This is why observation often beats intelligence. A person can be extremely smart and still miss what is happening around them. A calm observer rarely misses much. Imagine sitting in a meeting. One person talks constantly. They want everyone to know what they think. Another person listens carefully. They watch reactions. They notice who agrees, who hesitates, who avoids eye contact, who suddenly becomes uncomfortable. At the end of the meeting, the observer understands the room better than anyone, not because they spoke more, because they watched more. If understanding hidden human behavior interests you, Ilu Codex is built for people who prefer observation over noise. The truth is that life rewards attention, and attention is becoming rare. Every notification fights for it. Every headline demands it. Every distraction wants a piece of it. The modern world profits from scattered minds. A distracted person is easy to influence, easy to manipulate, easy to control because their attention never stays in one place long enough to create results. This is where focus becomes a weapon, not a weapon against other people, a weapon against chaos. Most people try to improve their lives by adding more. More goals, more habits, more plans, more information, but often the real solution is subtraction. Remove the distractions, remove the noise, remove the unnecessary battles, remove the endless need to react. Suddenly, clarity appears. Focus is not about doing everything, it is about knowing what deserves your attention and protecting it. Every moment of focus is a decision to reject everything that does not matter. The strongest minds understand this. They do not allow random events to control their emotional state. They choose where their attention goes, and wherever attention goes, energy follows. Wherever energy goes, results follow. So ask yourself something. Which steals more of your energy right now? Overthinking, oversharing, or distraction? Most people already know the answer. They just have not been honest enough to admit it. The interesting thing about strength is that it rarely looks dramatic. Movies show strength as loud, aggressive, visible. Real strength often looks quiet. A person ignores an insult. A person refuses to react emotionally. A person stays calm while everyone else loses control. From the outside, nothing appears to happen. But internally, something powerful is taking place. They are choosing control over impulse. And every time that choice is made, strength grows. Little by little, day by day. Most people believe power comes from controlling others. Machiavelli understood something deeper. The hardest person to control is yourself. That is where real power begins, not when circumstances become perfect, not when people finally understand you, not when criticism disappears, but when your mind remains steady despite all of it. That transformation changes everything. You stop reacting to every opinion. You stop chasing every opportunity. You stop fighting battles that bring no value. You become selective, intentional, focused, and people notice, not because you demand attention, because your presence changes. There is a strange confidence that appears when a person no longer needs constant validation. They walk differently, speak differently, decide differently. They become harder to manipulate, because manipulation depends on emotional reactions. When reactions disappear, manipulation loses power. This is why strategic silence is so effective. Silence is not weakness. Silence is space, and inside that space you can think clearly, observe carefully, and choose wisely. Many people fear silence because silence forces them to face themselves. The noise disappears, the distractions fade, and suddenly there is nowhere to hide. But this is exactly where growth begins. Not in noise, not in endless activity, in awareness. The awareness to notice where energy is being wasted. The awareness to notice what truly matters. The awareness to stop feeding habits that create weakness. Once that awareness appears, everything starts changing, slowly at first, then all at once. Have you ever noticed a moment when staying silent gave you more power than speaking? Many people have. They simply did not realize what happened. The final lesson is simple. People chase power through visibility, through attention, through constant expression. But the strongest individuals often move in the opposite direction. They think less, talk less, focus more. Not because they lack confidence, because they understand value. Attention is valuable. Energy is valuable, time is valuable, and they refuse to waste any of it. Machiavelli's insight was never about becoming ruthless. It was about understanding reality, and reality shows us the same lesson again and again. Every distraction weakens focus, every unnecessary word weakens presence, every unnecessary thought weakens action. The person who learns to control these leaks becomes stronger without announcing it, without proving it, without demanding recognition, because true strength does not need an audience. It only needs discipline. The weak mind reacts to everything. The stronger mind chooses what deserves a reaction. The weak mind seeks attention. The stronger mind protects attention. The weak mind chases power. The stronger mind develops control, and in the end, that is the difference most people never see. True strength begins the moment you stop trying to control everything around you and start controlling what happens within you. If you're building a quieter mind and a stronger presence, subscribe to IL Codex, because the most powerful transformation is often the one nobody notices at first. And remember this, the loudest person may win attention for a moment, but the person who controls their mind controls far more than attention.